Hi, I'm going to do a video log, try to do an inspirational little conversation. It'll be about 5 minutes or so long. And I want to talk about giving up. Don't give up. I know it's hard to say, don't give up. It's easier said than done, you know. Like, if you've got a goal in life, don't give up, because the time when you are ready to give up, that's the time when things start to happen. You start to see progress and things like that. And it's always just as you're on your knees, you know, I can't carry on, I can't do this. For instance, my tattoo studio got broken into, and I was like 98, 99% ready to quit tattooing. And then for some reason, just out of nowhere, people were saying, oh, do you need this? Do you need that? We will donate this and we'll donate that. And it kind of gives you a bit of faith back in humanity. I mean, yes, the scumbags that came and robbed the place, it took, with them nicking some gear and having to throw things out because of contamination and forensics and stuff, I lost around £3,000 worth of stuff. And I accumulated all that throughout the years. I had custom tattoo machines made. I had unique tattoo machines that was like run on compressed air, you know, 600, 300 pounds worth of tattoo machines. And I was beat down. I was crying and things like that, and ready to throw the towel in. And, you know, some people, like I said, donated and they were sharing things. And basically, I came back from when the police were there. I went to go have a look at the break-in. I came back and my partner's like, this is the straw that breaks the camel's back, isn't it? You know, you've been umming and ahhing about stopping tattooing before. That's due to clients not turning up and without letting you know that they're not turning up. So loss of money and things. And yeah, I lost quite a lot of money in the stuff that got nicked, but I also lost money in the work that I was doing, that I had booked in for however long it took me to get back up on my feet. But saying that, I had to give my head a shake, because I'm the biggest critic, and I've always been one to show people that I won't give up. I mean, for instance, a little story, I played guitar, and when I was younger I used to practice in my bedroom, my amp on, and my dad used to say, oh, that's crap, that's shit. And I was like, in my head, well, I'm not going to stop doing it just because you think it's shit. I'm going to make you think that I'm going to sound better, so you just keep grinding and grinding. And there's always a point, like I said, when you're about to give up is when you start seeing changes and things like that. And that's kind of what I did. Guitaring, I'm like, oh, I'm not getting no progress, until my dad said, oh, that sounds good, that. But also there's complacency as well involved. If someone tells you, oh, you're doing great, you're doing fab, you're doing this, you're doing that, you won't progress any better than that point, because you'll just keep playing that level of greatness, excellentness. So you become complacent and you keep at that level, and then that becomes normal. What you need is a dad or someone in your life saying, that's crap. Because that, to me, makes me work even harder. I always strive to do great. When I first started tattooing, I went to a place in Hare Hills. It's a proper little dive, and I watched him tattoo, and it's like, I can do that. And when I got my first tattoo kit, I always says, I want to be better than that person. I want to do what they're doing and a bit more, so I get better than them. And I did that. And then there's other tattooists. It's like, I ain't got no problem with any tattooist. I've got no beef or anything like that. It's a skill. It's a hard skill to do, you know. And then there's other tattooists you look at, and I see it as inspiration. Me personally, I don't think I'm that great, but I look at their work and think, right, I'm going to try and do that, but I'm going to try and do that a little better, you know, and see how I progress. Because life is all about progression. So I did that, and then I got a bit better. And then I had a business partner, and that went downhill. And I had a dude that used to work in my studio. He was undercutting my clients so he could get the clients. And I realised what was happening, and I just closed that shop down, and I moved out of that area and things like that. And then, again, this is about giving up. I was going to give up tattooing about 5-6 years ago, and then I met my beautiful partner I'm going to marry, and she's like, don't give up. I said, well, I ain't got the gear anyway now. And it's like, well, just start again. Just start again. We've got a little bit of money. Just start again and build it up back up. And I did do. Started renting a place inside a hair salon, and things started going good for about 3 years, and things started getting a name. And again, with that whole, not competition, but it's like friendly competition. There's other tattoo studios around, and I want to do what they do, but better. So I was starting to do that. And then I got a break in. Well, obviously, people were booking in, and it's started dwindling, did the clients, because either they was going to another tattooist that was doing deals, or just, you never know what happens in clients' lives. Most of the time they give you a bit of bullshit, or they just don't tell you that they're not coming in because they don't want to have that confrontational sort of thing. Let me know if you can't make it, don't come in, it's fine. I'll try and find someone else to get that slot, but not showing up does not give me enough time to cover that slot. So that were kind of getting on my tits a bit as well. But yeah, first time fool, what is it, shame on me, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. Third time, I'm just a muppet. And I've given people time after time, chance after chance to book in, and each time they just keep doing it. So I was like, how am I going to pay my bills? You know, I don't work for profit or anything like that. I just work for a business. I pay myself enough to pay the rent on the studio, do my child maintenance, go see my son, well, pick him up, take him back, and bills and stuff like that. And I've got a wedding to pay for now. And this comes up to the break-in. Now, I had people booked in for the day after we got broken into, and I was really busy, and I had a good few weeks of good tattoos to do. And then the break-in happens, and I went there and realised everything. Again, about 3 years worth of building up my business had just gone. I realised I didn't have a job, because obviously without my tools I can't tattoo. And like I said, the faith in humanity kind of kicked in. I was ready to fail, and then people was like, right, I'm going to donate this, I'm going to donate that, I'm going to share a fundraiser page and things like that. And people started donating, and it's brilliant. And my missus thought that I was going to quit. But it's, if you've got a nice circle of friends around you, you can achieve anything. I mean, I always say, if you've got like a mouldy orange, and that's on a plate, whatever, and then you put a fresh orange at the side of the mouldy orange, that fresh orange is going to go mouldy quicker than if you just leave it on its own. So I want to put the fresh orange next to another fresh orange so they can go mouldy together. Basically, it's your circle of friends. If you've got someone that's really bad and depressed, and I'm not saying depressed, because you can always try and help someone that's depressed, but you can't unmould an orange. Always have a fresh orange around you. I'm not saying carry a fresh orange. It's an analogy. Or there's a word for it. But have positive people around you, because the morale boost that you get from that and the good feeling, it makes you not want to quit. Like I said, I lost a few weeks' work. I lost quite a lot of money. But I did not give up. I've actually gone back to work thinking, I'm not going to let these people that robbed me, no, that's just a dog, put me on my knees, put me out of business, put me out to dry. I am not going to let that happen. And like I said, just as you're about to give up, then you start seeing changes. I nearly gave up, and then the changes started to happen. In the time off that I had, I was drawing, I was doing deals. I mean, it's a good way of actually making a little bit of money to help get stock and stuff like that. It's like, I knew that I was going to be opening up soon, so I did a raffle, which is going to be drawn at the end of the month, and incentives like deals, you know, less than your hourly rate or something like that. I mean, people are 60, 70 pound an hour. At the minute I'm 40 an hour, so there's deals and incentives to try and draw them in. Basically, I'm hitting back stronger and harder. And if you want to succeed, that's what you've got to do. If you feel like you're failing, have a look at your business and see what you're failing in your business, and see if you can come up with a way to make a spark, make yourself more interesting. I mean, I sing to my clients, and I kind of counsel them. Sometimes I have people coming in that's got like mental issues, and they get the tattoo to try and take the mind off of what's going on in everyday life. So it's like I'm giving a what am I doing? It's like I'm giving something back to the community, although my words of wisdom are pretty naff. But they're funny as well. There's no other tattooists like me. People go get a tattoo and they just don't talk to the clients. They just want to see the money. They want to see the revenue. With me, I'm more about the person than the money. That's why I don't charge that much in my my tattooing. I'd like to give them city-style tattoos at a more family-friendly rate. Oh, pardon me. Coffee's done a number on me. So I think what I'm basically saying is, if you love something so much and you are feeling like you're failing, have a look around and find the positive in everything. Don't look at the past. The past is gone, it's written, and you should never let that actually dominate your future. Hermione Granger from Harry Potter once said, "Don't dwell on the past, it'll only cloud your future." And it's brilliant. If that's like depression, oh, this happened, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen again. If you know that that's happened, look at what made that happen and realise the points in order that happened, sort of thing. So to avoid it happening again. Don't do that. Well, do that. Have a look at the bell curve where it goes down, and realise what that is, and then change to go up. If you've got people around you that's, oh, don't want to do that, oh, don't do this, it's rubbish, oh, it's pointless, naysayers and stuff like that, fuck them off. But always have a dad that says, you are crap. Because use that as fuel for your fire. Okay? And I'll just wrap it up here now. Don't give up unless you feel like it is pointless. I'm not saying open up a tattoo studio because it's going to be successful. You'll never be a millionaire if you're a tattooist unless you're on telly. But I call them fake tattooists. You know. I say quite a lot, don't I? I need to stop saying But yeah, this is Couch Time Counselling. We'll call it Couch Time Counselling with Matt. If you liked it, hit the like button, please, and never give up. Wherever the camera is, never give up. Even though it is hard and easy to give up. It's easier to give up than to succeed. But when you feel like you're succeeding, aim that little bit higher. Okay? That's been Couch Time Counselling with Matt.